Chapter 2. Jason Jacker was not expected at work until early in the afternoon, and he had no other plans for the next few hours. He thought idly about hanging around, waiting for her, a delightful thought that made him smile. They had exchanged brief and sheepish smiles as she stood up to walk to the doctor's office, leaving her young associate behind. He was not sure what she was thinking about when she smiled at him. He only knew she was just as nervous as he was. He was also sure that the expressions they shared, though tactic, were very special for him and for her. Jason looked at her young associate superstitiously. He was clean-shaven, and his thick black hair was gelled and combed back. He had a fresh haircut, and his eyebrows were trimmed professionally. He wore a pressed Armani shirt, brightly colored, with an expensive tie that exclusively matched the shirt over it. He wore a dark tailor-made suit with Italian spats, and he moved with a certain air of self-confidence, as though he had just graduated from an Ivy League law school and was on his way to make his first deposition. Surely that man is not her chauffeur. So who is he? He can't be a young relative either. He doesn't look anything like her. The young man had given Jason a strange look as his employer followed the nurse into the doctor's office. It was as if he wanted to say, "How dare you smile at her like that? You have no business looking at her." He did not dare to look at the young man directly, and decided not to hang around to meet the striking woman again. I should just cherish that moment, he thought. That smile. There is no way that she would be interested in me. What do I have to offer her? "You take care, Mr. J, and don't forget to call me tomorrow," the receptionist said in her soft voice. She was looking at him and smiling. He was leaving the waiting room with slow and measured steps. He turned around and smiled back at the receptionist and waved his hand. "I'll do that, miss." Standing by his car in the parking lot, he reached into his pocket and pulled out the key to his car. He stared at it before unlocking the door. A Nissan Altima, dark green in color. The paint job had a glossy sheen when it was fresh off the lot, but now, 15 years later, the paint was dull and faded. There were numerous dents all over the car, and time had taken its toll on it, but Jason did not care. He sighed. "Just another day," he muttered in a perfunctory smile, "and life goes on." Thank you for listening to The Color of Jason's Soul. Please stay tuned for Chapter 3.